Welcome to Wired, James.
Thank you.
So this is going to be a bit of a conversation, but
Absolutely.
a bit of a live Periscope performance, because you have quite a lot of fans out there.
There's a couple. They're getting a little bit impatient, but I've tried to settle them down a bit. I told them it's all your fault.
Have you got an up-to-date number of the number of followers you have on the various social media?
My Twitter just hit 1.8 million. My Instagram is at 1.2 million. My Facebook is at 1.5 million. They're all getting in the millions, I believe. So it's been amazing. Just this year, we've increased all of the socials by over 1.4 million since the January. So
Remind us how old you are, Jacob.
I'm 17.
Okay.
Almost 18 though. I'll be a big boy.
How long have you been performing using social media to get this amazing following?
I started when I was 13. You know, I really never had interest in music whatsoever. I was more into sports, just like any other little kid that was playing soccer and football, basketball. I was doing all of that. So I got into music when I was 13. You know, my dad was an artist. He played guitar and sang locally. And I went to a bluegrass festival, which I just was absolutely dreading because I hated country music. Even though I'm from Tennessee, I just hated it. Ended up going and getting very inspired by the different things I was seeing, you know, just people jamming out and stuff. So I picked up guitar and later started singing for a girl, actually, who...
It's always a girl.
It was a girl, and funny story, you know, she was absolutely in love with Justin Bieber, and I was pissed off because she got a cardboard cutout of him for her birthday. I thought that was a bit extreme, so I posted my first cover on YouTube for her. It didn't do much. I actually deleted it because it's so embarrassing. I have hair that was like down to here, and I never like moved it out of my face. It just sat right here because I thought I was the coolest. And eventually, after playing around with my dad for a year, we were playing locally at these bars and stuff where people just really didn't care about the music. It was kind of terrible. Looking back on it now, you know, I'm really appreciative for it. But
Did you get the girl?
I did. For a short amount of time, then she moved away. Hopefully she didn't move.
So you have your own recording label.
Yes.
You have fans, as we see, pretty much all over the world.
Yeah.
You're on every streaming platform, every viewing platform.
Absolutely.
You also perform, and you tend to sell out. How do you reach those audiences when you're going to a new city?
What's been amazing so far, you know, I just partnered with BMG early this year and started my label, but before that it was just social media, and 100% social media, and just me and social media. You know, I didn't really have any partners at the time. I had a couple managers in the past, but nothing really serious. And just from the power of, you know, really creating personal relationships with fans early on before I really had a following. You know, I was getting a couple thousand views on my videos, but I really utilized those views. You know, I would go in and I would respond to them and thank them for watching and stuff. You know, just creating relationships, and that's kind of been the most important thing for me since the beginning, and I've continued to do that up to date. I always spend a massive amount of time on social media.
So you crossed over to mainstream media, getting very excited about you.
Yes.
Here's some examples of some of the coverage,
Yes.
Teen Vogue and others. How hard was it to make that transition to be?
It was a bit tricky,
mainstream?
and you know, I'm really thankful for the fans I have now. You know, I was touring, I was selling out shows in the States. You know, 500, 600 to 1,000 tickets in these cities I'd never been to, and I didn't have any original music yet. I was just playing the covers that I had learned and posted on YouTube for them. So the beginning of this year is when I actually made my first bit of original music, my first EP, which went to #1 on the singer-songwriter charts, #3 overall, and you know, I had low expectations for it because it was my first bit of original music, and it was a week after the Grammy, so there was huge artists, you know, like Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, some of my favorite artists and biggest inspirations, and just through social media, they took it up to #1, which was amazing. But taking the leap from doing covers and kind of being in my room all the time to doing this was a huge step. You know, it's been almost a bit overwhelming. It's been very busy, but it's been an amazing leap. And you know, the most important thing for me is always making sure that there's time for the fans, and I still try my best nonstop to be on all my socials and updating them, regardless of how busy I've gotten with some of the press opportunities and different things like that.
So there's something you have that everybody here wants, especially if they're running a business, which is this amazing social virality. You have this on top of your talent, which we're going to experience in the middle. So I'm going to use this as like a quick-fire instant MBA course. We're going to try and get some learnings from your amazing rise to get the people in the room understanding more. We're going to go very quickly through some of the points that you've learned. So tell us what you mean by an artist being a CEO.
Well, you know, it's terrifying being an independent artist, you know, getting offers from huge, massive labels that could do massive things for me, you know, but what was really important to me, you know, early on, being a 13-year-old and not really having any idea what I'm doing in the music industry, just kind of, I'm posting my covers and I'm tweeting and stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I had friends who were in these label deals, and they were so unhappy because, you know, they didn't have a lot of control, and that didn't seem appealing to me even from an early age. So turning down offers from these huge companies that, you know, I'd seen time and time again just blowing up artists, but the artists not really being happy. So I knew that was not the route I wanted to go. And early this year, I was thankful enough to partner with Mancom, who's my current management, and BMG, who is my current label, and create a partnership. And not just kind of signing my life over, but like creating a partnership so I still have control over the music I want to make and when I want to put out music, and obviously the most important thing, always having control over my social media, because I've seen time and time again artists signing to these labels who kind of gotten their start through YouTube, and they have this very personal relationship with their fans, and then as soon as they sign over, you know, they lose that control instantly, and their page just becomes lots and lots of promo, and it becomes very non-organic, and the fans see right through it, and I knew that was something I didn't want to do. So. Which
leads us to the next lesson, which is that direct engagement with the people
Most
who love
definitely.
you.
You know, I am nothing without my fans. You know, they have created all of this, and from the beginning, they've been just like out of this world. And they gave me lots of leverage going into these big meetings, you know, where I'm asking labels to kind of change the way of doing things, because it's for so long, you know, in the past with technology being the way it is now, it's so much easier for artists to get their music out into the world, get their videos. I mean, all you need is an iPhone really now to post a video and start a career on social media. So in the past, it was a lot harder. Obviously, you needed lots of money to get in recording studios and all of that. So now it's kind of changed over. So labels kind of need artists more than artists need labels, which is amazing because there's a lot more incredible acts being featured now. But just being able to have that leverage with the fans, not really needing that big label, but just having them has been very amazing. And
what do you mean by in each other we trust?
What's amazing is that a lot of my fans are the same age as me. You know, we are all we're all going through the same stuff. You know, just being a teenager, the struggles of it. It's a very hard life, and
we've been there.
It's so hard. You know, girls, boys, love. It's terrible.
Gives you material there.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, just being able to go on there, you know, I'm 100% real with my fans all the time. If I'm upset, then I go and talk to them, you know, creating that personal relationship. So it's not just like I don't want to be like a super professional all the time. Like, my EP comes out in 8 days. # go get my EP in 8 days. Like, the fans, they hate that stuff. So
there's
just keeping it very personal.
There's very little barrier to entry now. Anybody can create a fan base.
Absolutely, and it's a great thing and a bad thing. You know, there's lots of amazing artists that are coming out now that wouldn't have had the opportunity to put their music out in the world 10 years ago because there just wasn't the technology. I mean, I started my career with my computer webcam and a $100 USB microphone that just plugged straight into my computer, and it's given opportunity to all these new young artists. And even my fans who have been posting covers of my songs and stuff, it's just given so much opportunity for new great music and opportunity to create a foundation and music a musical foundation without a big label.
So just before we hear what all the fuss is about, just last point, tell us what you mean about relate, and then we'll go straight in.
Yeah, like I said, just being able to talk to the fans on a more personal note. So many people worry about being super professional, and that's just the fan. It's not appealing to anyone. Taco Bell has an amazing Twitter page where they go in and they respond to people that tweet about their Taco Bell orders or if they're having an issue, and just going on and seeing the difference between like a Taco Bell Twitter page and another fast food chain or another restaurant, just keeping it very personal and relating to the people that are consuming the music and all of that. So that's been a main goal of mine, just to keep it relatable and personal.
It's a brilliant journey, and it's going to go a lot further.
Yes.
Goodness knows what will happen when you're 18. Play us out. You're going to do a song
absolutely.
that's going to be live streamed.
Yes.
We're using Periscope.
Fans.
If people want to follow you on Periscope, it's Jacob Whitesides.
I'm going to put out a tweet really quick.
Do a live tweet from here. Tell people you're starting. If they want to follow the conversation, the hashtag is JacobWired2015. Jacob, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. I believe we are live. Everyone say hello. This is not like my typical demographic, so it should be interesting. There's no telling what's going to pop up there, so hopefully there's like a parental blocking feature.
I wanna tell you you're beautiful in a way that you have not heard before. I don't think it's gonna work, 'cause I'm not good with words. I wanna tell you the reason why the earth spins and the stars sing in the sky, but I don't think it's gonna fly, 'cause I'm not good with words. If only I could find a way to say it like them poets say, sing a sweet and simple serenade directly to your heart. If only I could speak aloud just what I feel when you're around, I finally confess my love in verse, but I'm not good with words. If I was just like Shakespeare, whispering sweet sonnets in your ear, I'd tell you everything you wanna hear, but I'm not good with words. If only I could find a way to say it like them poets say, sing a sweet and simple serenade directly to your heart. If only I could speak aloud just what I feel when you're around, I finally confess my love and love, but I'm not good with words. Words, sentences, or conversation. Oh, words, they only bring me complication. when it comes to love, I'm useless, just full of bad excuses, confessions gone unheard. If only I could find a way, say it like them poets say, sing a sweet and simple serenade directly to your arms. If only I could speak aloud, just what I feel when you're around. I finally confess my love. But I'm not good with words. Thank you.